And the FICO scores, as you can see right here, go as low as 300.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. So for today's video, I wanted to remind you guys of a great business financing solution. So we're going to be doing a recap on Uplift Capital. Now, Uplift Capital is not only a direct lender, but also a marketplace. So with marketplaces, you're going to have a much higher percentage of getting approved versus a direct lender, because direct lenders have very specific and narrow criteria. Now, if you go through a marketplace, then there's more options available. So if you don't fit one criteria, there might be something else out there for you. And I actually wanted to show you a recent example of an approval we were able to get for a client for $400,000. Now, I wanted to give you guys this example just to show you the types of approvals that are coming through Uplift Capital. Now, this was recently approved for $400,000. So this particular client was able to get a business loan for $400,000 through Uplift Capital. Now, one of the advantages of Uplift Capital is that not only do they underwrite their own loans, but they also have a marketplace of lenders. So it's going to be a much higher percentage of you getting approved versus going through direct lenders. So in today's video, I just wanted to recap again the benefits and the different loan products that Uplift Capital has to offer.
Uplift Capital is another funding source that offers both direct funding programs, and they also offer a marketplace. So they have what's called a business funding marketplace. And I'm gonna go over all the different loan options. So they offer business loans, lines of credit, micro loans, equipment financing. They have what's called the Premier Plus program. Now, and this is anywhere from $30,000 minimum all the way up to $500,000. They're just going to require your driver's license. You're also going to need a voided check from your business checking account, proof of ownership. So any registration documents, articles of organization, operating agreement. And then they also do bank validation. So you'll be logging in through Plaid, and they're able to see what your banking information is like, your deposits, your income, your expenses, things like that. So the Premier Plus program has terms from 3 months to 12 months, as well as a factor rate of 1.24. And they also offer renewal. So this is going to be the Premium Plus program. They also have the Premier program. So the Premier program is from $10,000 all the way up to $250,000. Same requirements: driver's license, void check, proof of ownership, bank validation. And then they have a factor rate of 1.3. Then they have the Standard program. So the Standard program has a minimum of $5,000 all the way up to $125,000. Same requirements, terms from 2 months to 7 months with a rate of 1.34. Now, Uplift Capital is able to give you fast decisions because they've developed AI decision-making software to help automate the process. These are some of the different features and components that make up the different scoring models. You have the business background, you have the location, so where it is geographically, you have the credit score of the owners in the business, FICO scores. You also have NSFs. Now, that's always something to keep in mind, especially with a lot of lenders that look into your banking activity, because having non-sufficient funds in your checking account is never a good look, especially if you're trying to get a loan. They also incorporate the entity type. So whether it's an LLC, an S Corp, C Corp, they also take into account the SIC code, so the business classification, the amount of time in business. Another important component is ending bank balances. So whatever your statement balance is at the end of every single month, that's one thing they're going to be looking at. The percentage ownership, payment history, any type of seasonal types of patterns, because a lot of businesses do have certain cycles. They incorporate a lot of these different data points in the decision making. So that's why I'm always telling people it's not just about your credit score. There's a lot of other factors that go into the decision. Now, this is a great example of a scoring model, just all the different components that you might want to consider when applying for different business loans. Uplift Capital covers a wide variety of different business types, including retail shops, restaurants, medical facilities, wholesale operations, auto repair, manufacturing, trucking, as well as construction. I know a lot of our subscribers are in the trucking space or in construction space. Now, aside from their direct lending programs, they also have a marketplace. So these are going to be third-party lenders that they work with to be able to provide micro loans, invoice financing, lines of credit, traditional bank loans, SBA SBA loans, hard money business loans, disaster relief loans. You also got 401k business financing. So if you have a 401k, you could actually leverage your 401k, like borrow against it or use it as collateral to get a business loan. So this would be a great option to tap into that resource. And they also offer equipment financing through their different third-party marketplaces. So I just wanted to go over each of these one by one. Now they have micro loans. So micro loans are probably going to be the easiest loans to qualify for. They're typically going to have the lowest amounts and the highest interest. However, if you are just starting off your business, or if you haven't even started your business yet, this is something for you to consider. Now, in terms of the loan amount, so the loan amounts, the maximum is $50,000. They have interest rates from 0 all the way up to 20%, depending on the provider. In terms of time in business, there's no minimum requirement. And with the micro loans, as you can see right here, there's no credit check. So the micro loans are not going to be doing a hard inquiry on your credit. So this would be a good option for businesses that are just starting out. Now, with the line of credit, the monthly revenue requirement is only going to be $5,000. So I know that's a lot lower than some of the other lenders that we've covered. So all you got to do is show that you can gross $5,000 per month. The speed of financing, you can get the funds, the line of credit, in as little as 4 business hours. The APR start as low as 4.66%. And the time in business requirement is going to be 12 months. And the FICO scores, as you can see right here, go as low as 300. So this isn't a very high requirement at all compared to some of the other lenders. You also have traditional bank loans. Now, as I've stated time and time again, traditional bank loans are going to have the highest requirements. Now, they are going to have the highest amount, so amounts up to $5 million. The time it takes from 2 to 6 weeks, remember, because we're dealing with much larger amounts. So the underwriting process is going to be a little bit more thorough. Interest rates as low as 2% all the way up to 13%, depending on the credit history. And it helps with building credit in terms all the way out to 8 years. So a minimum of 1 year all the way to 8 years. You're just going to be filling out a couple pieces of information, and it only takes a couple of minutes to fill in the application and get pre-qualified. So I'm just going to walk through this first part with you just to show you how to check for your eligibility. So the first thing you're going to enter in is the desired loan amount. So let's say you want $20,000. Then you're going to select from this drop down menu, what does your business do? So they have a long list of different business types. So just go through this and see what business type you actually fall under, and then just select that one. Next, you're going to enter in your business's start date. And then from there, you're going to select from the credit score category. So either excellent, good, average, or poor, the amount of business debt that you have, and then just what type of bank account do you have. So if you have a business, you should have a business bank account. So after you enter in all this information, you just hit this button right here, check eligibility, and they'll tell you how much you're pre-approved for. So, all right, so I just enter in all that information, and it says, congratulations, you're pre-approved. The pre-approval amount is for $67,500. Now, if you want to proceed with this, all you got to do is select finish your application. Now from here, you're just going to complete the rest of the application, and there's only a couple more pieces of information that you have to fill out about your business, as well as your personal information, your signature, and then you're going to upload some documentation. So overall, it's a pretty straightforward and easy application. If anyone is interested in getting business funding, startup businesses, if you have a very low credit score, they cover pretty much everything in terms of different business products. I've dropped a link in the description of the video. That's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.